Well, there's a lot to be. First of all, let me just start by saying what a great crowd we had today. And you anticipate anytime it's Indiana Purdue, a big crowd, and so really grateful, that our fans came out and were very loud today. They got to see a really good first half, by our kids. Just the hot start that they got off to. A lot of really good things were going our way. Hit aheads, started it. Some threes, Yarden being really aggressive. I thought Sid Parrish did a great job today defensively. We got some runouts. We executed. And then, in that second half, it just seemed like, Purdue's press kind of slowed us down, took a little bit of any kind of rhythm out of what we were trying to do. And so, and they hit shots in the third, and then the fourth quarter I thought was just, we took some really not good shots for us. I just thought the play was a little bit slower. So that was, kind of disappointing. We didn't get near as many runouts as we did in the second half as we did the first. But shot it obviously well. Too many turnovers again. 18 assists. Still would like to get that, climb over the 20 mark with that. But too many turnovers, just silly turnovers. But percentage-wise, 50% from the field. What is that? 56 from the three, and certainly over 85 from the free throw line. So, shot the ball well, but still a lot we can clean up.
Teri, I wanted to ask about Yarden. She's become a little streaky over the last month. Maybe what overall do you feel like has led to that, and how important is it for her to carry over what she did today into this big stretch you guys have coming up?
Seth, it's just like anything else that you guys ask. If I knew that, if I knew the answer to that, I would fix that as quickly. Here's what I think. Knowing Yarden the way we do, I think she was disappointed. In how we lost at Michigan. She only took 4 shots. We got to figure out how to get her more of those. I just thought today she came out and she was more aggressive. And, she can score in a lot of different ways. We just need her to have that mentality that she had today with, like I said, just being more aggressive. I thought she played with great pace today. Obviously, her shots went down, but I just thought coming off ball screen, she was really trying to make something happen. We need her. We need her consistency. We need her to be aggressive. For us to, because she helps us so much, not just offensively, but also defensively.
Teri, 4 different players with 3 assists or more, probably a product of the runouts and the transition, but Caroline's 5 assists stands out a little bit. She has it in her. I think she had 6 against Iowa, but, her court vision and how she can take advantage of it, kind of elaborate on it.
Well, some of the stuff, too, that, again, agree with, her court vision, but some of the stuff that we run lends itself to that, her making specific reads, in what we're looking for. But the play right before right before halftime, that was that just happened. That was she and Chloe making a play. Just working together on that little drop pass layup. So, but yeah, I mean, she, again, she's experienced. She's a veteran, and you expect her to make plays like that. We do, with some of the things we're running offensively, the ball is in the hands of our 5s often. And so we trust them to make the right reads and the right decisions. But I thought she did a really good job today of finding the open person, but also delivering the pass. No, you're fine. You're good.
Sid ditched the knee brace. Seemed to have a little extra, athleticism.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that today.
So I guess I didn't notice that extra.
Is that what it is? Is that why she got in those passing lanes?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Had those 4 steals?
Did you see? Looked a little more confident with her sort of, jumping, like you said, jumping through passing lanes.
Yeah.
A little better.
Yeah. Yeah, she did. I mean, again, she did. Like I said, honest to goodness, I didn't even see that she didn't have that thing on. But, I have to believe, and Mike, you were at the Michigan game, we had some miscues down the stretch defensively, and she was involved in some of those. And so, I felt like Sid was going to come out super motivated today, just to play well. And I thought she did on both sides. But those steals that she had were pretty impressive.
Sid did say that she felt faster without the knee.
Did she? Well, that's good to know.
Yeah, you might
Yeah.
need that. And Shay did say that your marching orders today were to play fast, and it seemed like you certainly did in the first quarter. That's an ideal for the future too.
Well, we always try to play fast, Lou. I mean, that's the first, offensive key on the board is always, we want to push the pace, we want to set the pace. We want to get those hit aheads. We want to get those layups. We want to get those rhythm threes. We want to, see if we can get a piece of the paint and get not just a good shot, but a great shot, by getting everybody involved. And so, today was just, we just got a couple really, really great hit aheads. Just eyes were up and executed right over the top a couple times. But we always want to play that way, but we want to play under control.
Coach, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
13 first half forced turnovers, I think 24-25 for the game.
Right.
Of course, Sid did have those, close to half a dozen steals. When I asked her about this, I said, what was it that you were able to read about Purdue? And she said, quite frankly, that it was Purdue. How much of that is the opponent? How much of it is being back in Assembly Hall in front of a packed crowd?
Yeah.
How much of it is needing to turn the train around here for the last of the regular season?
I think it's all of it. I think it's a great rivalry, and one of the best in college sports, and one of the, and it's the state of Indiana, which is, makes it so special. And again, I have great respect for Katie and her staff and how they go about their business. It is a rivalry game. This is a barn burner game. And so that, trophy means something, to that group, and they wanted to keep it here another year. Being back in the hall is always a special place when you have our fan base behind us, and it is Indiana, Purdue. Again, after, such a tough way to lose a game against Michigan, to come back and try to get this thing back on the track was equally as important today for us.
Obviously, the first half speaks for itself, but can you talk a little more about the second half? What were the goals set, and how would you assess the performance?
Yeah. Well, again, I gave our first half performance an A and our second half performance a solid C. I'd have to go back and, watch film and see. I did think we took some shots that we don't want to take. I think it had a little bit to do with Purdue's press. It slowed us down a little bit and made us take time off the clock. And so anytime you do that and then you get it across the timeline, you're working with less clock. So, we didn't, we got to be able to execute for a full 40 minutes. And, I'll have to go back in that second half, especially, the third and the fourth quarter, and, just kind of see what didn't go right for us. But we didn't run either. We didn't run in the second half like we did the first. It was, but again, a lot of that was Purdue.
Teri, what's the you got some very important opportunities coming up starting Thursday with Ohio State. What are the keys to doing well in those games, to winning those games?
Well, the keys are we have to take care of the basketball. We have to compete like crazy on the boards. We have to be sound and disciplined defensively. And then we got to, as elementary as it sounds, we got to hit shots. So when we hit shots, when we share the ball, and this is evidence, we have evidence, when our assists are high, our turnovers are low, we win a lot of our games. And we were sound defensively.
Rebounding has been a little bit of a struggle for this team throughout the season. How big do you think that's going to play in a role for this next 3-game stretch?
Yeah. Well, we did such a great job, at Michigan. We did a terrible job at Minnesota, bounced back and did a really good job at Michigan. And then, here tonight, I think we were +1. But, I mean, it's all of us, right? It's not just the post players. It's our guards. Making contact and boxing out. It's everybody pursuing, that ball, and our kids know it. They know how important possessions are, both ways. That we have to have them, but they also know that the less that the opponent has them, that's good for us. And so, it's really important. It has been, a little bit. Rebounding and turnovers have been, a reoccurring issue for us. But going down the stretch here, we gotta, stop it from being an issue.
Teri, as a player in this rivalry, you never lost to Indiana. Now, as a coach, you've won 12 straight against Purdue. Just what has it meant to you to kind of flip the script and make Indiana kind of the dominant team in this series?
Well, again, it's fun to be a part of something that I think gets people so excited. Whether it's football, whether it's basketball, it doesn't matter. Any sport, when it's Purdue, Indiana, it's always there's going to be some specialness to it. And the fact that we've been able to do what we've been able to do the last several years has been really, really special, for me, but for our players as well. I mean, it's those kids, with at the Allie Patbergs and the Kiana Worthens that are on our staff now, to Mackenzie Holmes, to the Grace Bergers, that have had so much to do, with those wins. Whether we were at Mackey or, here in the hall. And so, it's fun to be a part of, but, I look at it as just another game. Like this was just another game on our calendar or on our schedule that I thought we got to get this one today, right? And it just happened to be Purdue. I mean, anytime you come off of, 2 back-to-back losses, it's like how can we get back on track? And so to me, Purdue this game just happened to be the next most important game for me. But I think it's for our kids, especially Sid Parrish, who's from this state and realizes what the rivalry is about. Now, Strip had no idea what the Barn Burner Trophy was and how that came about, and so she had a little bit of a history lesson in what rivalries are, and that Purdue was our rivalry. So I think Sid set the table for us today as far as this is a really important game. That we need to make sure that we keep that trophy here, for another season.